The night air was warm, carrying the soft sound of ocean waves crashing against the cliff below the villa. Fairy lights glowed across the garden, the setup for the upcoming destination wedding between Kim Dong and Mingu Jeon. Everything looked perfect. But perfection shattered the moment Jeon Jungkook turned the corner behind the villa and froze. His bathing shirt, there under the golden string light, was his older brother Mingyu kissing his own friend Nayeon like the world around them didn't exist. Jungkook faced clenches. He didn't even realize when his legs began to move. His heartbeat roaring in his ear. He stormed up to them, voice shaking with fury. What the hell are you doing, young? Mingyu, Nayeon pulled apart, eyes wide. Mingyu, Jungkook, it's not what it looks like. Jungkook, not what it looks like. He grabbed Mingyu by his collar. You are getting married to Taeyong in 2 days, and you are out here kissing someone else. Before Mingyu could say another word, Jungkook's face connected with his jaw, a sharp crack echoing through the night. Mingyu stumbled back, holding his face. Jungkook, listen to me. It was an accident, okay? I didn't mean to. Jungkook, an accident? He spat, eyes burning. You accidentally had your tongue down your friend's throat? Mingyu flinched. It just happened. I didn't even like her like that. Jungkook, tell that to Taeyong when he finds out. Nayeon stepped forward nervously, whispering, please don't tell that. It will ruin everything. Jungkook turned toward her with an icy glare. You should have thought of that before running it yourself. Jungkook burst through the villa doors, his shoe echoing against the marble floor. His jaw was tight, knuckles still red from punching Mingyu. Jungkook, Taeyong, where are you? Mingyu and Nayeon ran after him in panic. Mingyu, Jungkook, don't you dare. Jungkook, he deserved to know, young. Ignoring them, Jungkook went straight to Taeyong's room and pushed the door open. Taeyong was standing by the dresser, holding his wedding outfit close against his chest with a soft smile. When he saw Jungkook's expression, his smile faded. Taeyong, Cookie, what's wrong? Taeyong's voice trembled, full of anger and pain. Tae, Mingyu is cheating on you. The word hit the room like a thunderclap. Mingyu immediately stepped forward. Don't listen to him, Tae. He misunderstood everything. Jungkook, I saw it with my own eyes. He snapped, voice rising. He was kissing Nayeon outside the villa. Taeyong's eyes widened for a second, confusion across his face, then disbelief. What? Mingyu moved closer to him. Baby, he is lying. You know how Cookie is always overprotective of you, Nayeon. It was just a misunderstanding, Taeyong. I swear. Jungkook shook his head violently. No, don't let them fool you, Tae. I saw them together. He is not loyal to you. But Taeyong's lips trembled, his gaze burning cold. Stop it, Jungkook. Jungkook, Tae, I'm telling you. Taeyong's hand slapped Jungkook before he even realized. Jungkook froze, eyes widening in disbelief. Taeyong, enough. I don't want to hear a word against Mingyu anymore. His voice cracked, filled with hurt. You should be happy for us, not trying to run us. Mingyu quickly stepped forward, wrapping an arm around Taeyong's waist protectively. It's okay, baby. He's just upset. Jungkook's heart sunk as he watched Taeyong lean into Mingyu's chest, hugging him tightly, seeking comfort from the very man who had betrayed him. And then Jungkook saw it, that smirk, faint, cruel, flashing across Mingyu's face over Taeyong's shoulder. A smirk that said, you lost, little brother. Jungkook's face trembled, nails digging into his palm, his jaw clenched in silent fury. He wanted to scream the truth again, but Taeyong's soft, broken whisper stopped him. Taeyong, please, leave Jungkook. Just go. For the first time, Jungkook obeyed, not because he believed it was right, but because he couldn't bear to see Taeyong's dress placed in the wrong hand. He turned it away, eyes glistening, while Mingyu held Taeyong close, his smirk growing darker. Jungkook's hand shook as he shoved his clothes into his suitcase. His chest burned with every breath. The faint sound of laughter reverberated from downstairs. Kay stayed celebrating the upcoming wedding, completely unaware of the storm that had just tore through the villa upstairs. He zipped his bag shut and wiped his face roughly, eyes stinging with anger and pain. He couldn't stay here, not after Thong had looked at him in the eyes and chosen Mingyu, not after that smell. Jungkook swung the suitcase off the bed and walked toward the door. He barely made it down the hall before a familiar voice stopped him. Mrs. Yeon, Jungkook, where are you going with your bag? He froze. His mother stood by the staircase, wearing a gentle smile, completely unaware of what had happened just a minute ago. Jungkook, I have to leave, Mom. There's an urgent meeting in the company. I will come back before the wedding. Her smile faded, replaced with confusion. Meeting at this hour? You're joking, right? Jungkook, it's serious, Mom. Please, I need to go. Before he could move, he stepped forward and snatched the suitcase from his hand. You are not going anywhere. Jungkook, Mom, please. Mrs. Yeon, it's your brother's wedding. Fake Jungkook. You think I will let you run away now? She said, walking straight back toward his room with the suitcase. He followed her quickly, frustration rising. Jungkook, Mom, listen to me, please. I can't. Mrs. Yeon, enough. She placed the bag back inside the room, turned it around, and gave him a soft but firm look. Whatever going on in that head of yours, forget it. This family needs you here. Jungkook stared at her, his jaw tight, his heart breaking quietly inside his chest. Mrs. Yeon sighed, reaching up to cube his face. It's your brother's wedding, my son. Stay. Don't make me worry, She smiled faintly and pressed a soft kiss to his temple. Mrs. Yeon, now go downstairs and help with the preparation. You are not going anywhere. She left before she could respond, her footsteps fading down the hall. Jungkook stood there silently, staring at the door she had just closed, his fist clenched helplessly at his side. He wanted to scream to tell her what Mingyu had done, but he couldn't, not without breaking Thong's heart again. So he just whispered it to himself, voice barely audible. I'm sorry, Tae. I tried. And with that, he sunk into the edge of the bed, eyes staring blankly at the floor, unaware that the night ahead could change everything in the villa had grown quiet. Laughter and music from the hall downstairs drifted faintly through the open window, but Jungkook couldn't stand beside being inside anymore. His walls were too heavy, too full of secret. He slipped out through the side door into the garden, the cool night air brushing against his skin, the sea breeze made of salt and rain. For the first time that day, he could breathe. He stood beneath the street light swaying gently above the pool, eyes fixed on the endless dark horizon. Each inhale hurt, each exhale carried the weight of everything he couldn't say. Jungkook thinking, I liked him first. His fingers tightened around the edge of the railing. He remembered it vividly, Thong laughing in the campus cafe years ago. The way his eyes turned crescent-shaped when he smiled, the warmth of his voice whenever he said cookie. Jungkook had been ready to confess back then, to tell him everything, but before he could, Mingyu had stepped in, a grand proposal, flowers, family, and all the things Jungkook could never compete with, and Thong had said yes. He had let him go, because Thong had looked happy, and Jungkook had told himself that was enough. But now, after seeing Mingyu betrayal, that illusion of happiness shattered. Jungkook thinking, what will happen if he marries someone like that? His throat burned, but his eyes glistening. He blinked rapidly, wiping his tears that escaped. Jungkook whispering, you don't deserve this thing. Jungkook wrote misstep the sound again, reaching his ear, faint laughter, this time coming from behind the tall oak tree, the poolside. He frowned, his chest tightening. The laughter was low, familiar. He stepped closer, careful not to make any sound, and then he saw them. Mingyu and Nayeon standing close, half hidden by the tree, faces lit by the golden garden light. Mingyu's hand resting occasionally on the pocket, his smirk on his lip. Nayeon, you really fool him, Poor Jungkook looked like he was ready to cry earlier. Mingyu chuckled, tilting his head back in amusement. He's always been soft when it comes to Dong. That's exactly why I took him. Jungkook's breath cocked. His pulse began to race. Nayeon, you mean you took Dong just because he liked him? Mingyu smirked wider. What? You thought? I actually liked that guy. He scoffed. Please, I just couldn't stand Jungkook getting whatever he wants. Everyone loved him, our parents, the staff, even Dong was starting to fall for him. So I did what I had to do. Jungkook's fingers curled into the fist. His throat went dry as he felt the urge to step out and punch him again. Nayeon, wow, so this whole wedding, it's just revenge? Mingyu shrugged, smiling lazily. After we get married, I will make him give me the kid. Then, once I have had my fun, I will leave him. Simple. He laughed, cruel and careless. That fucker won't even let me touch him now, all innocent and scared. But once that ring is in his finger, he is mine to do whatever I want. Nayeon giggled softly, twirling her hair. So you are going to keep pretending until then? Mingyu smirked darkly, voice dropping. Of course, he is beautiful when he cries. I will enjoy breaking him. Something inside Tong snapped. His blood ran cold, heart pounding with fury, his vision blurred with rage and disgust as those words echoed in his head. I will enjoy breaking him. Without a second thought, Jungkook turned and ran back toward the villa. Every step felt like fire beneath his feet. His chest tightened with panic. He didn't care what Tong thought anymore. He didn't care if Tong hated him. He just needed to save him. His voice trembled as he reached the staircase and sprinted to the second floor, yelling, Jungkook, Tong. He pushed open Tong's bedroom door with trembling hands. Jungkook rushed to Tai. Tai was carried. He asked, Tong, Jungkook, what are you doing here again? I told you, I don't want to listen to anything. Jungkook walked closer to the bed where Tai was sitting. He said, I have something to tell you, Tai. Tai crossed his hands and walked toward him. Said, no, don't say a word about Mingyu. I won't listen, Jungkook. But it's important for you, Tai. He took a step closer. Eyes bleeding, Tai turned back, scolding him, anger in his eyes. I don't want to listen to anything. He looked out of the window. Tong, why are you here again? I told you I don't want to listen to anything. Jungkook shut the door behind him, voice urgent but soft. Tai, please, I have something to tell you. Tong, no. Don't say a word about Mingyu. I won't listen anymore. Jungkook, but it's important for you, Tong. You have to hear me out. He took 2 steps closer. Tong turned back, his voice sharp. I said, I don't want to listen to anything. Tong, just get out. Jungkook, I didn't expect you, all the people, to put false allegation on your own brother. He turned back, eyes glistening with anger and disbelief. Why are you doing this, Jungkook? Why? Jungkook stood frozen, guilt flashing across his face, but he stayed silent. Jungkook took a step closer until he was standing right in front of him, voice shaking but loud. You are doing this because he is your stepbrother, aren't you? Because he is getting what he wants, and you are not happy? Jungkook blinked stunned, his heart twisting painfully. Tong poked his finger against Jungkook's chest, tears threatening to spill. It's not your wedding first. It's his. That's why, right? Because for once, someone chose him, not you. Each word cut deeper. Jungkook clenched his jaw, trying to stay calm, his face trembling at his side. But then Tong continued, his voice breaking. Why, Jungkook? Just tell me why. Are you doing this? Jungkook couldn't take it anymore. He didn't say a word. Instead, he stepped forward, grabbing Tong's wrist firmly and pulling him toward the door. Tong, Jungkook, what are you doing? Let go of me. But Jungkook didn't stop. I need to show you the truth. He pulled Tong out of the door, down the hallway, ignoring the struggling and protest. Every muscle in his body trembled with anger and urgency. Outside the villa, the voices of cricket filled the silence as Jungkook stood frozen, staring at the empty spot where Mingyu and Nayeon had been moment ago. Jungkook in disbelief. They were here, right here. Before he could finish, Tong's voice cut him sharply. Enough, Jungkook. Just stop this nonsense. Jungkook turned his face pale, eyes glistening with tears that refused to fall. Tai, please. Tong interrupting, voice trembling with frustration. Are you planning another story now? Another trick just to put false blame on him? Jungkook shook his head helplessly, running his hand through his hair, his voice cracking. No, Tae, I swear on you. They were here. I heard them everything. Dong bitterly. Do you even hear yourself? You sure? You sound insane, Jungkook. Jungkook began pacing restlessly like a man losing his mind, clutching his head, murmuring under his breath. No, no, I'm not lying. They were right here. I heard him say he will leave you after marriage. Dong grabbed him by his shirt collar, his eyes welling up as if blistered with pain. Why, Jungkook? Why can't you just let us live in peace? Jungkook staring into his eyes, just having Dong. Why can't you just let this marriage happen? Why are you trying so hard to make him hate you? His grip tightened on Jungkook's shirt. Why are you making me hate you, Jungkook? Why are you making me break our friendship? The last word shattered something inside Jungkook. His eyes widened, tears finally spilling down his cheek. He gently pushed his tongue, trembling hand off his shirt and whispered, Jungkook, because I can't watch you run your life, Tae. But before Dong could respond, Jungkook turned and ran, his footsteps echoing in the night as Dong called out after him. Dong, Jungkook, come back, Jungkook. Jungkook didn't stop, his vision blurred, the words spinning, the weight of heartbreak crushing his chest. He kept running until the villa night light disappeared behind him. Dong heart pounded in his chest as he ran through the villa, tears blurring his vision. Dong whispering, Jungkook, where are you? He checked every corner, every empty hallway, every room. The villa felt vast and silent. He stayed echoing against the marble floor, but Jungkook was nowhere to be found. Frustration and fear crawled at him. He sunk to his knees in the lung, burying his face in his hand. Dong, Cookie, where did you go? I need you, please. Then a memory flickered in his mind, a place Jungkook always loved when he needed solitude. The rooftop. Without hesitation, Tae got up the stair, his tears falling down his face. When he reached the rooftop, the night air hit him sharp and cold. He froze for a second, hearing something that made his heart stop. Soft, shaky sob coming from the curtains in the rooftop. He approached curiously. Recognizing the sound, his chest rushed as memories rushed back. He countless times Jungkook had cried like this when they were kids. Back then, kids at school had bullied Jungkook for not having mother, calling him names, leaving him alone. Every time he would curl up like this, trembling, heartbroken. And every time Dong had been there, Dong softly remembering, Cookie, my mom is your mom. He remembered the spark in Jungkook's eyes when he said it, the tiny smile that would peek through the tears. Truly, Tae's mom was always loved him, making sure he never felt alone, never felt unloved. She had been his mom in every sense, her love endless. Dong heart touched at the sight of him now, grown up, is still the same vulnerable boy, crying quietly in the corner, hiding from the world. Dong whispering, voice trembling, she still loves you. She always has. And I love you still. I love you too, Cookie. Dong stepped closer, his heart twisted at the sight before him. Jungkook was sitting on the floor, his knees folded up, face buried in his arms, sob shaking his shoulder. Dong's throat tightened. He crouched down slowly, keeping Jungkook's face with trembling hands. Dong, voice breaking through tears. Oh my God, you are still the same, Cookie. My little Cookie, my cute, mushy nose, puffy face, bunny. He let out a watery chuckle, brushing his thumb over Jungkook's tear-sticked cheek. Tears are still your best friend, Jungkook shifted, looking away, his lips shaking. Go with that, I don't wanna talk. Dong smiles, only soften it more. Oh, don't cry, Cookie. Tears don't suit you. You know, you look all puffy when you cry. What if your pictures don't come out well tomorrow? He tilted Jungkook's chin gently, trying to make him look into his eyes. You will look like a bunny again. Jungkook rolled quietly, sulking just like he used to as a kid. You are so annoying, go away. But before he could move, Dong slipped his arm around him from behind, hugging him tight. His knees hit the floor as he whispered against the Jungkook's shoulder, voice trembling. Tongue, Cookie, oh my Cookie, I'm so sorry. I won't break our friendship, never. You are my only best friend. Jungkook blinked, tears still glistening on his lashes as he turned his eyes slightly. You promise you won't break it? He asked in that same soft childish voice. Tongue smiled through his tears and leaned in, pressing a gentle kiss to Jungkook's cheek. I promise I won't break it. Jungkook's lips twisted into the faint smile. They both held out their pinkies like they did when they were kids, interlocking them tightly. Tongue softly, Pinky promise Cookie. And for a brief fragile moment the world felt like it had gone back in time. The two boys on the rooftop holding on to the one thing that had always been real between them, their friendship. Jungkook carried Taeyong on his back, both of them laughing freely, swinging their leg in the air like they did when they were kids, their voices blending as they sang the same song from their childhood, memories flooding back with every note. For a moment, the world outside the villa didn't exist. They were just them, carefree and happy. But then, Mingyu, what's going on here? Taeyong quickly stepped down from Jungkook's back, brushing himself off. Cook was just giving me piggyback ride. Mingyu gazed snapped into Jungkook, teeth gritting as he felt jealousy and anger. He stumbled forward, grabbing Taeyong's wrist and pulling him close. Mingyu, I thought you two were having just some fight moment a minute ago. But now look at you. Seems like he looked at Jungkook. You're really good at convincing people, Taeyong, why are you talking to him like that? About your brother, Mingyu? Mingyu, he is my brother. I know him better than anyone. Taeyong, frowning, stepping forward. Well, you don't know him at all. Not really. Mingyu's making dangerous. So what? From now on, you just have to stay away from him. Taeyong's brows were red in disbelief. Excuse me? Stay away from my own best friend? Why? He grabbed Jungkook's arm, standing firmly by his side. He is my best friend Mingyu, and I won't stop talking to him. Don't act like a typical husband now. Mingyu's eyes darkened as he snatched Taeyong by his side, pulling him forcefully to his side. I said what I said. Do it or regret it. Taeyong struggled against his grip, twisting his body, trying to break free. Let me go. You can't do this. Jungkook's hand clenched into fist at his side, watching helplessly for a moment, heart pounding with mixture of fear and anger. Mingyu, do it or regret it. Taeyong gritted his teeth. Mingyu's finger dug harshly into Taeyong's wrist. I said stay away from him. Taeyong winced, trying to yank free. You are hurting me, Mingyu. Let go. That was all it took. Before Mingyu could say another word, Jungkook grabbed his collar, yanking him backward with such a force that Mingyu stumbled. Jungkook was furious, eyes blazing. Don't you dare to touch him like that. Mingyu's eyes widened, then narrowed. He shoved Jungkook hard on his chest, both brothers glaring. Mingyu, don't think you can tell me what to do. You are nothing but a jealous fool who can't stand seeing me happy. Jungkook, happy? You call treating him happy? The room was silent. Taeyong froze, eyes darting between them. Mingyu gritting his teeth. You don't know what you are talking about, Jungkook. I know exactly what I saw. Mingyu hand shot forward, gripping Jungkook's collar in return. You are just trying to ruin my life, like you always do, Jungkook shouting back. You run it yourself. Both pushed against each other, the tension snapping like a thin wire, furniture rattling as Mingyu showed Jungkook again. Jungkook cocked himself, eyes dark and furious. He moved closer, their forehead nearly touching, both trembling with rage. Then in one swift motion, Mingyu punched Jungkook. Jungkook stumbled back, his head snapping to the side, a thin line of blood spilling from his lips. Taeyong screaming, Jungkook! He rushed forward immediately, catching Jungkook by his shoulder before he could fall. Mingyu's chest heaved, fury burning in his eyes, but before he could move again, Jungkook's hand curled into fist, ready to fight back. Everyone in the villa had gathered now. His mother, Taeyong's mother, relatives, all froze in shock. Jungkook took one step forward, Mingyu, but then Taeyong hand pressed against his chest. Tong softly, desperately. Cookie, stop. Their eyes met. Tong's gaze was filled with tears and fear, not of Jungkook, but of seeing him hurt more. Jungkook's chest rose and fell rapidly, his knuckles wide, fury boiling under his skin. But slowly, painfully, he unclenched his fist. He took a shaky step, eyes still locked with Tong. For a moment, everything went still. Jungkook softly, voice trembling. He doesn't deserve you, they. Tong gripped on him tightly, tears spilling silently as the family stood speechless, the truth hanging heavy in the air. Tong glared burned into Mingyu, his chest still heavy with anger. Mingyu looked away before spitting on the floor in frustration. Without another word, he turned and stormed off, the sound of footsteps echoing down the hallway. Tong stayed still for a second, his hand trembling. Then he turned it back toward Jungkook, who was still standing there, blooded, the corner of his lip, eyes lowered. Tong softly, come on, Cookie, let's go. He slipped an arm around Jungkook, helping him to stand properly. Jungkook whistled but didn't resist, letting Tong guide him upstairs. The villa was silent now. No one dared to say a word as they passed. Inside Jungkook's room, the atmosphere softened. Tong made him sit on the edge of the bed, then hurried to grab the first aid kit. His hand shook a little as he opened it, pulling out a cotton and anticipating. Tong, you shouldn't have fought with him. You will end up getting hurt. Jungkook murmuring, it was worth it. Tong bit his lip, trying not to meet his gaze as he leaned closer. Dabbing the cotton gently on his split lip, Jungkook flinched. Tai immediately blew softly over the wound. Tong, shh, I know it hurts. The warmth of his breath brushed Jungkook's skin. Their faces were close, too close. Tong's eyes flickered up for a second, then quickly backed down, pretending to focus on the wound. Then Jungkook reached up, his finger brushing Tong's hand. He held it there for a moment. Jungkook softly, hey. Tong looked up, startled. Jungkook leaned slightly forward to his face, barely above, whispered, you are here. Before Tai could react, Jungkook blew gently, sending a soft puff of hair across Tong's face that had fallen over his eyes. Tai blinked in surprise, watching Jungkook smile faintly. Jungkook, I did it for you. Then, with slow care, Jungkook reached out and tucked the loose strand of hair behind Tong's ear, his fingertip brushing against his skin. Tong froze, his heart thudding wildly in his chest. His face flushed deep red as he looked away immediately. Tong stammering, I'm done. You are bound fine now. He hesitantly closed the first aid kit box, pretending to be busy. His hand moved faster than necessary as he placed everything back inside, avoiding Jungkook's gaze. Jungkook teasing softly, you are blushing, they. Tong murmuring, no, I'm not. He stood up quickly, clutching the box and walked toward the drawer to put it away, his cheeks still glowing pink. Behind him, Jungkook smiled quietly, watching the same Tong he had known since childhood, gentle, flustered, and endlessly precious. Tong hands lightened on the drawer for a moment, heart still racing, before he tried to step back toward the door. Tong nervously, I should go, make sure everything is fine downstairs. Before he could move more than a step, a firm yet gentle hand caught his wrist. Jungkook softly, almost pleading, Tai, don't go in. Tong froze, turning slightly, eyes meeting Jungkook's. The intensity in his gaze made Tong's pulse spike. Tong stammering, I should stay here. Jungkook stepped closer, closing the space between them, his thumb brushing lightly over Tong's wrist, warm and grounding. Jungkook, I just wanted to make sure you are okay, that's all. Tong breathed easier. He could feel the rapid beat of Jungkook's heart, the gentle pressure of his hand, the closeness of his body. For the moment, the world outside of the room, while the villa, Mingyu, didn't exist. Tong softly whispered, Cookie. Jungkook smiled faintly, eyes softening. Yeah, it's me, I'm here. Tong free hand reached up, brushing against Jungkook's chest as if ensuring himself in the reality of him. Jungkook teasing with a tiny smirk, you are still a little frustrated, Tong's cheeks heated instantly and he quickly turned his head, embarrassed. I am not. Shankar shook less softly, his hand still holding Tai's wrist gently. Yeah, sure, but I can feel it. For a long moment, they simply stood there, close, breathing quietly, staring in the silence that flowed aloud with years of unspoken feeling and trust. Shankar finally let out a sigh, tightening his grip last slightly, not to hold Tai captivated, but to make sure he didn't slip away. Shankar, promise me, you don't run away from me, Tai. Not tonight. Tong swallowed hard and nodded slightly, his lips parting as a small, shy smile tugged at the corner. Tong whispering, I won't. Shankuk's lips curled into a faint, hilarious smile. For a fleeting moment, the fight, the lies, the jealousy faded miles away. It was just them together again, and then the word could wait. The sudden knock echoed through the room. Tong quickly pushed it back from Shankuk, Tong muttering, Who? He hurried to open it, but his grip dropped instantly when he saw Mingyu standing there. Mingyu, softly, earnest. Tai, I'm really sorry. Please forgive me, baby. Before Tong could react, Mingyu stepped closer and hugged him. Tong froze and Shankuk, from the corner of the room, clenched his fist. He looked away, tried to contain his anger. Mingyu's hand brushed Tai's hair back as he leaned in, placing a quick lingering kiss on the nape of Tong's neck. Tong pulling back quickly, was sharp with discomfort. Tong, please go out. I don't want to talk to you right now. Mingyu held up his hand, pleading, Please, just listen to me one last chance, please. Tai. Tong was filled with arms crossed. Okay, say what you want to say. Mingyu's eyes flickered to Shankuk's hesitation in them. I want to talk to you alone. Tong's expression hardened slightly, turning to Shankuk with a pleading look. Cookie, can you give us a little time? Just let me handle this. Lips pressed into a thin line, a stop of emotion behind his eyes. But he nodded slowly. Shankuk quietly. Okay, I will wait outside. And he walked outside, not forgetting to bump his shoulder with Mingyu harshly. Tong sighed softly, stepping back and letting Mingyu inside. The room now tense with unspoken word, anticipation, and the fragile balance between trust and fear. Mingyu stepped closer, eye desperate, voice cracking slightly. Tai, please, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Tong folded his arms tightly across his chest, his face stern and cold. I won't forgive you. This time, Mingyu. Mingyu's expression fell, his brows knitting together. Why not? I am your soon-to-be husband. Tong scoffed softer, shaking his head. So what if you are my soon-to-be husband? That doesn't give you the right to hit my best friend as if he committed some crime? Mingyu's composure cracked, frustration surging through his voice as he yelled. I did that because he touched my fiancée. You are my fiancée, Tai. What if someone had touched me that way? Would you just stand there and watch? Tong froze, his jaw tightening. For a moment, he said nothing, just lay silent, hung heavy between them. Then he exhaled deeply. He is not someone else, Mingyu. He is my best friend and your brother. Mingyu clenched his teeth, his voice dropping to a sharp growl. Step-brother. Tong let out a weary sigh, his eyes softening but still filled with disappointment. Still, he is your brother, Mingyu. Family isn't about blood, it's about how you treat people. You hurt him because you are jealousy and you expect me to forgive that? Mingyu's face twisted with anger and shame. He stepped closer, his tone rising again. You are defending him more than me lately. You always take his side, Tong, because you are wrong this time. The air turned thick with heat and anger, eyes locked, breathing heavy, neither backed down. Mingyu hand lifted to reach him, but then stepped back, his expression pained. Tong softly, I can't do this right now, Mingyu. He turned toward the door. I need space, and so do you. Without waiting for a reply, Tong walked out of the door, leaving Mingyu standing there, fist clenched, eyes full of anger, regret, and fury. As the echo of the door shutting left room heavy and hollow, Tong stepped out of the room, closing the door behind him with trembling hands. His chest touched, breath coming uneven as he fought to hold back his tears, stinging his eyes. He leaned briefly against the wall, head tilting back, eyes closed. The echo of Minky's voice still rang in his ear, but when he looked up, he froze. At the end of the hall where Shankar stood quietly, hand in pocket, his eyes immediately softened when they met Tong's. Shankar, you okay? Tong blinked, forcing a small smile that didn't reach his eyes. Yeah, I'm fine. Not. You shouldn't wait here, Cook. Shankar tilted his head, shaking, taking slow step closer. His gaze fell on Taya's face, the glistening eyes, the way his lips trembled slightly. He sighed softly, his voice barely above a whisper. You are a terrible liar. You know that? Poor Tong could turn away. Shankar reached out, gently brushing his thumb over Taya's eyes, where a tear had slipped free. Don't cry, Taya. He doesn't deserve your tears. Tong breathed easy. The warmth of Shankar's touch made his wall crack a little. He looked up at him, eyes glistening under the dim hallway light. Why do you always show up when I'm falling apart? Shankar smiled faintly. That soft, assuring smile that said more than a word ever could. Because someone has to catch you every time you do. Tong looked away first, rubbing his eyes quickly, trying to gather himself. Let's just go downstairs before anyone sees us like this. Shankar nodded through his head, lingering for a second longer on Taya's seat before he let go. The dining hall was filled with soft clicking of cutlery and low chatter. Everyone seemed to be enjoying the warm family dinner. Everyone except Shankar, who came glancing toward the empty chair across the table. Mingyu said. Shankar's mother finally noticed it. Mrs. Yon, where is Mingyu? He hasn't eaten it. Before Shankar could respond, Tong spoke quietly, eyes on the plate. Tong, he is in Shankar's room. That made a few head turn. Mr. John, in Shankar's room? What's he doing there? Tong's jaw tightened. He didn't want to talk about it. I don't know. Maybe he is just resting. Mrs. Kim smiled gently, trying to keep the mood light. Then go call him, baby. He hasn't had dinner yet. But Tong shook his head, voice firm. No, he will come when he feels like it. A tense silence filled the moment his father looked up from the plate, brows furrowed. Mr. Kim. Tong. He looked at him hesitantly. Mr. Kim, he's your fiancé. It doesn't look right if you don't go. Call him. Go. Tong wanted to refuse, but his father's tone left no room for argument. With a small sigh, he pushed the chair back and stood up. Shankar watched quietly, clenching his jaw as Tong started walking upstairs. His heart felt uneasy. He couldn't let Tai go up there alone, not after what had happened. So, without saying a word, Shankar stood too. Mrs. Yon, Shankar, where are you going? He gave her a polite smile. Just going to get some air, Mom. But everyone saw where his step led up the same stair Tong had just taken. Tong's hand froze on the doorknob the moment he turned it. The room door cracked open slowly, and the sight before him made his breath catch in his throat. For a split second, the world around Tong went completely still. The sound of laughter and chatter from the dining table downstairs faded. All he could hear was the loud thud of his own heartbeat. His fingers trembling where they gripped the doorknob, knuckles turning white, his lips parting slightly, but no words came out because there he saw Mingyu and Nayeon on Shankar's bed, kissing each other hungrily.